and lava. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Crafty Friday here on SoCraftastic. Today is another back to school video. Like I promised you last week, it is a liquid lava notebook, and this is actually a lava lamp, you know, as you can see from the lampiness on the notebook. As well as this now becoming one of my favorite tutorials that I've posted on my channel. It's also a collab, a back to school collab with some really awesome crafters, including Ashley from Ashley and Laz, Jennifer from the Wonderland Crafter, and Holly from the Hollycopter. Pretty please go on over to their channels and check them out. I'll link their videos in the description box below, and also go ahead and give us all a like and a subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. And now let's make some groovy lava lamp notebooks. First of all, you'll of course need a pretty notebook of your choice, either solid colored or a fun pattern. I chose the fun one because I'm fun. Okay, anyway, here I have drawn a lava lamp that's just a little bit shorter than the cover of my notebook. You could also print out clip art from Google Images instead if you're not into drawing. Cut it out around the border, which you can make any width you want, then double check to make sure it looks good on the notebook. Now I've taped the cutout image onto a sheet of cardstock paper and I'm tracing around it with a pencil. Remove the image, fill in any gaps of the outline, and move on to trimming just the border off like I'm doing here. Place that piece aside, then cut all around the shape that was traced. I'm using a ruler to help me center this as best as possible on the notebook cover. With tacky glue or Elmer's school glue, attach the cardstock on front and let it dry with a heavy object placed on top before tracing the center glass part of the lava lamp image onto the blank cardstock cutout like I've done here. Now use the point of a pair of scissors or something else that's sharp to poke through the very middle of that and cut around the outline to create a window-like effect. The next supply you'll need is some clear vinyl, which I got for really cheap at Walmart. Lightly tape down the centerpiece and trace around that with about an inch border on all sides. Cut that out and trace the exact same shape again so you end up with 2 equal-sized pieces of clear vinyl. Next, grab some parchment paper and sandwich the 2 pieces of vinyl inside. We're going to melt the edges together, so be sure not to use wax paper here. Parchment paper is key. Also, if you don't want to accidentally melt too far in, you can open that back up and cut 3 smaller pieces of parchment paper to place in between the clear vinyl sheets. Now use either a hair straightener, which I prefer, or a regular iron to bond 3 out of the 4 sides. You want to leave the top open, so don't iron there, where I put do not iron, obviously. By the way, while you're watching me melt plastic, if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, please do so by clicking the red subscribe button either on the screen or below this video. I'd be seriously the happiest girl in the world if our SoCraftastic family could grow to over 2 million soon, and then there'd be even more of you to watch me melt plastic. Win-win. But I'm pretty sure that you don't want to see that anymore, so now that that's done, remove the pouch and make sure there are no holes except for this one in the top, which I am now pulling out the paper through. Put a little bit of water in a container. I thought I missed one there, a little bit of bacon. And add a couple drops of food coloring. Anyone else watch Mad TV back in the day? Anyway, once it's mixed together, use a dropper to transfer some colorful liquid into the vinyl pouch. Then switch to baby oil and squeeze some of that in as well. Now it is time to completely seal the vinyl by putting it back between the piece of parchment paper that's folded in half and then iron that to melt the top opening together. Great news, we're almost finished. The next step is to glue the pouch o' lava inside the notebook by opening the first page and using some strong glue all around the edges of the vinyl. Let that dry before adding a blank piece of paper behind it. I'm doing this so none of those pesky lined notebook pages can show through. It'll just look a lot more put together this way. Tacky glue or Elmer's is fine for this step and also for the next, which will be to attach these traced shapes to the front of the image. I used silver cardstock to make it look as similar to an actual lava lamp as possible. Now you have a groovy, one-of-a-kind notebook that will hopefully make your life a little more fun. Seriously, poking at the lava and tipping the notebook back and forth is so satisfying. A little side note, the food coloring did tint the vinyl a bit. It's a little bit pink, but I still think it looks really good. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and thank you so much for watching. Guys, if you are not following me on social media such as Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter and Snapchat, then go ahead and check out those links below. I'll actually be posting some really cool pictures from my mini vacation this weekend. I'm going to be in South Carolina at Myrtle Beach, and I don't know why I said it like that at all. It's just, I'm really excited actually. I'm not finished packing and we have to go to Toledo to go to Detroit, but we're staying at our parents'. Long story short, we're taking the kitty to stay with my mom so we can go to an airport that has a direct flight and we don't have to do any of that stupid connection stuff because I hate that. I hope you all have a great rest of the day, and oh, don't forget to tune in to my next video. I'm finally going to jump on board the 100 layer type stuff, so I have something really cool in mind. I hope someone doesn't do it before I do it. Fingers crossed, everyone, and toes. So I'll post that and then I'll post another DIY next Friday. Hope to see you guys back. Bye. Also, check out my bell buttons. My leg is not flexible, clearly. That's as far as it goes. I just love this notebook. All the excitement in my voice is like, wow.